It's almost half of the world's total number of aircraft carriers.
So much different. Oh God.
22nd, Japan.
Japan. Where is Europe? I don't know.
No, France. Well, France is doing okay.
Sorry,
He's doing okay.
Andre?
What?
How strong is the US military?
Thank you so much for asking that, Sarah, because I have that video right there.
Oh.
How strong is the United States military? And be ready, because this will blow your mind. Sarah, say hello to my friends.
Hi guys.
Now, for real, Sarah, they've been showing a lot of love, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this video is maybe, I believe, the most popular video I have here on the channel, because it blew my mind, to be honest, to see how strong the US military really was. We kind of know that America is strong, but I believe a lot of Europeans have no idea how strong. For real. So, yeah. Ask them for the most important thing.
Leave a like, thumbs up, guys.
And if they subscribe...
You make our day.
Okay, perfect. Link for the original video below, and let's play it.
Why is the US military the strongest? Great military powers have been appearing and disappearing since the beginning of history. Now is the time for the United States of America to be the leader in military might. But what makes it so powerful? Will its power remain undisputed? Are there already signs of weakness? Would it really stand in a conflict with potential rivals like China or Russia? To find out...
So I think right now the number one enemy, I should not say enemy, but the number one rival of America, which is a bit of a different thing, I believe is China.
Okay.
Because China has been growing a lot.
It's not Russian?
I don't think it's Russia anymore. Even with this war between Russia and Ukraine, basically America is giving weapons to Ukraine, but America is not giving top weapons. They are giving the weapons that they don't even use that much.
Okay.
And they are putting a crazy fight against Russia. So imagine if America, if this was America, not even close.
Okay.
China is a bit different because they are a bit more technological at this point, but still behind from what I understand.
Okay.
That we should analyse why exactly the US military is considered the strongest. The numbers. The US has 1,400,000 active military personnel.
Whoa.
This figure places it in third place in this category.
But look at China and India. Of course, they have
A population
the
is
population
much
is
bigger.
crazy in those
Yeah.
countries. But
India, yeah.
but this number for America is more impressive if you compare the size of both countries.
China has the largest army with slightly above 2 million soldiers, while India comes in second place. This doesn't sound that impressive, but what makes the US military stand out is not necessarily the raw number of men. The US has unquestionable air supremacy.
Oh, okay.
The US military is number one in air power with 13,264.
Look at the difference. You put Russia, China, India, South Korea, Japan together, America have stronger air superiority.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Total military.
By the way, this video is a bit old. Probably the numbers are even...
Bigger.
yeah. Because they have been investing even more recently.
Aircraft, a total that is greater than the other 5 greatest air forces combined. 2,085 are air-to-air fighters, 715 ground attack aircraft, 945 transportation aircraft, 5,768 helicopters, and 967 attack helicopters. The US is number one in each aircraft category, except
By
for
far.
air-to-ground forces, where it's slightly topped by Russia.
I thought Russia was better in military equipment.
No, Russia, in terms of equipment right now, from what I understand, is actually a bit old, what they have and stuff like that. So even if those numbers, some are close, when you look at for example, the jets that America owns, the F-35, the F-22 versus the ones that Russia owns, technology is very different.
Okay.
You know,
So America invests all the time.
always investing, non-stop.
It's smart.
So just, I hope people don't get mad at me, but they even have a joke. This is why we don't have free healthcare.
Yes.
You know, because they invest so much on this. Of course, money can only go so far.
Yes.
But they are super proud of this.
Navy that is designed to work in conjunction with its air forces. It has 20 aircraft carriers. 11 are regular fixed-wing carriers, while 9 are capable of hosting...
Sorry, but this thing, the aircraft carrier, this is billions of dollars. You know, America have a crazy amount. You compare with China, Russia, it's kind of like they almost have nothing. You know.
They have one in our island.
You're talking about no? They have a military base here in Portugal, but I don't think this thing is there.
Okay.
No. They protect this really well. Okay. So if you pay attention to this video, you see the aircraft carrier on the top, and you see a lot of boats around.
Okay.
They all work together, but they kind of protect the aircraft carrier also.
And this is in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, this for example, imagine they want to fight with Iran.
Okay.
They send them there, you know, just to be prepared.
Okay.
But they never go alone. That's too risky for them, you know. But basically, the aircraft carrier serves for a lot of things, but also to have jets. It's kind of like an airport on the sea.
Okay.
They even say it's kind of like a city in the sea.
Okay.
That's how big they are. We have, my friends, leave me the number 7 if Sarah should watch a video about aircraft carriers, because this video will not go as deep. It will blow your mind also.
Powerful navy that is designed to work in conjunction...
Look at all of them. They are...
so much.
If we see this, we have to go to Spain, and we hate Spain. So think about that.
Function with its air forces. It has 20 aircraft carriers. 11 are regular fixed-wing carriers, while 9 are capable of hosting only helicopters and short takeoff planes like the F-3.
Did you saw that?
Huh?
Did you?
Sorry.
I think you did not saw that, but pay attention. Look what that jet do. Pay attention.
Capable of hosting only helicopters and short takeoff planes like the F.
Vertical landing. Isn't that crazy? I don't know, to me this blew my mind.
35B. This is almost half of the world's total number of aircraft carriers.
So much deep. Oh God.
22nd, Japan.
Japan. Where is Europe? I don't know.
No, France. Well, France is doing okay.
Sorry,
It's doing okay.
Okay.
For some reason, Egypt have the Argentina flag, but that's a different story. But look at this. What the hell?
Wow.
And this is the type of stuff that wins wars, because they can go everywhere and be ready. They are very well prepared.
While most of the others belong to allied countries. If we take into account only regular fixed-wing aircraft capacity, the total
we are an allied country, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we better stay that way.
combined deck space of the US aircraft carriers is over twice that of all the other nations combined. To complement this, the US Navy has the greatest number of destroyers and ranks third in the number of...
But the aircraft carriers, to me, is even more impressive. The destroyers are also very important, but America wins everywhere. This will be the theme of the video, spoiler. But so, to me, it's not about if they win, is how big is the gap. That's the crazy thing.
submarines.
Okay, for example, I end up contradicting myself. North Korea and China, they have more submarines. But most of North Korean submarines, for example, don't work.
Yeah.
They have the numbers, but it's irrelevant, you know.
It's a poor country, right?
It's a poor country, even though they invest a lot in the military. But let's say, even if those numbers are right, and America had only 40, for example, submarines, I would still bet on America because the technology is quite different.
Is developing
It's quite different.
more than others countries.
Much more. Like I said, China is a bit of the exception because China is becoming really stronger, but the others not even close.
The numbers of the US naval strength are a bit tricky. If we count the total number of naval assets, the US falls in fourth place, behind Russia and
Okay.
China, and even behind North Korea, that boasts a surprising first place.
And so, how can you get the real information from North Korea? Because is North Korea?
That's the thing. We don't know for sure. See, I kind of trust the American numbers, even though even America hides some stuff. But when you look at the numbers that come from China, North Korea, there is a lot of propaganda.
Yeah.
So we have to take those numbers with a grain of salt.
However, in case of a maritime conflict, it would still be hard to counter the power of the US Navy, supported by overwhelming air supremacy and allied forces. Land power. The US is slightly behind Russia regarding raw numbers. American ground forces number 6.
So the reason America is a bit behind it is because no one will ever invade America. So they don't have to be as strong in terms of, land power.
Everyone depends.
Yeah. They depend on America. That's why we depend on America, to be honest.
Yes.
That's why being strong in the air,
It's more important.
the
I
Navy
understand.
becomes quite more important than this, even though they are crazy strong, by the way. And they probably even have the best weapon.
6,289 tanks, 39,000 armoured vehicles.
So, sorry, but look at this, actually.
American ground forces number 6,000.
So this is the amount of tanks. Why in the world does America want tanks?
Yeah, when they
Yeah, they have
when they
jets
have,
and bombers. And let's go, submarines.
1,289 tanks, 39,000 armoured vehicles, 1,465 self-propelled artillery, and 1,366 rocket projectors. However, Russia has a lot of outdated vehicles with
these are old equipment. Right.
Talking about Russia?
Yeah.
Or overall this type of equipment?
Yes,
overall.
yes.
I'm not sure if they are old equipments, but America have a specific strategy,
Okay.
So actually, if they will give us a better answer than what I can provide to you. But
I ask that because I thought when you attacked to the air is more powerful or
no, it's quite more. I mean, again, this is your introduction to American military.
Okay.
We have to watch the jet, stuff like that.
Okay, sorry.
It will blow your mind. Trust me. When you see that they have a jet with the name F-22 Raptor, that thing makes toasts, coffee, and destroys countries.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
Let me see.
self-propelled artillery.
And they have the B2 bomber. Oh, there is so many. You have, my friends, this is a journey.
And 1,366 rocket projectors.
Okay.
However, Russia has a lot of outdated vehicles with questionable performance in case of a real conflict. Meanwhile, the US military has a broad technological edge. The US has 5,800 nuclear...
Sorry, but basically it's the thing, quantity versus quality.
Yes.
America can have both, but in certain things they have more quality than quantity.
warheads that make it the world's second largest in nuclear war power. In this video, we're analysing the conventional military strength, but it can't be denied that a nuclear arsenal does bring a certain status. Even if things don't escalate to a full-blown nuclear war, it's intimidating to any country to be armoured with such nuclear power.
Yes.
The quality. The US Army consists entirely of trained professionals, and many have real combat experience. Since the beginning of this century, the US has been involved in military conflicts in Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Somalia, Libya,
They always
Uganda.
practice.
Yeah, they always are in some type of war,
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
That's why.
we can say it's bad, but it's smart at the same time, because they know what works. For example, China. China is not fighting any war.
Uganda and Yemen. While other countries still rely on conscripts to fill the numbers, the US can field an army of well-trained, experienced professionals. The equipment, the military assets, and the technology used in combat have excellent quality. This is
That's another thing. The American soldier is really,
Good train.
they that's another video we have to react to. For example, the Navy SEALs, for you to become part of that team, you need to be mentally, you have to be a crazy strong person.
Okay.
They go.
It's not easy to.
It's
to
no,
enter.
it's not
Okay.
easy. If you are a Navy SEAL, you are top of society in America.
okay.
Top of society in terms of respect, in terms of making money. That I don't know, but in terms of respect, I mean, they are real heroes.
is the defining reason why US casualties are usually fewer than those of their adversaries. A strong
But
ability.
one thing is not just the Navy SEAL. They have a lot of different branches, and the quality is tremendous, no matter what.
Okay.
There is a good chance we have a lot of people that are in the military or are veterans watching us. So this is something that they are very proud, because almost everyone have someone in the family that end up serving the country. That's why, for me, this is one of the reasons I believe they are so patriotic. And
Yes.
I mean, when you look at this, they are amazing.
Ability to project power is another defining trait of the United States military. Size, technology, and experience are nothing if you can't reach the enemy. Power projection is the ability of a state to deploy and sustain forces outside its territory. Only a few states are capable to overcome the difficulties that involve power projection, and the US excels at it. This is made possible by several factors.
Very smart. Cells.
The home base of the US is safe. The neighbouring countries are friendly. Potential enemies are far away. The large landmass
To be fair, this video is a bit old, and Canada and America are having some problems. Not military problems, but it's kind of funny.
makes it a country that is hard to invade. It also has coastlines along two oceans and strategic islands that hold.
Invading it.
Strategic.
They are amazing in terms of geographic, because it's kind of honestly, it's kind of like a gift of God, for them, because invading America is impossible, basically. But that's another video that you have to watch, if it's possible to invade America.
Military bases. The US forces can reach far, fast, and deploy great numbers of forces supported by the enforcement of air and sea superiority, combined with excellent transportation capabilities. Even if it doesn't engage in combat, the US can enforce naval and air blockades that can severely cripple an enemy's economy. The US has by far the largest network of military bases operating outside of its territory. Information regarding the exact number and location of such bases involves classified information, so we can only estimate the total extent of the overseas military presence. Back in 2013, the Pentagon stated that there were around 600 military bases overseas. A rough
600. They are everywhere, basically.
Yeah.
They are everywhere.
estimate would be around 1,000 overseas
Oh,
US
never mind. 1,000 now.
military compounds. Approximately 165,000 military personnel is stationed
So-
outside the
They can watch every country.
Yeah, and imagine if a war starts in a random African country, there is a good chance they have a military base there or
and
close to
act,
that.
quickly.
Yeah, they can
Okay.
act quickly.
Okay.
United States.
If they want, of course. At least they have the option. Is more that.
This doesn't include areas of conflict such as Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan. The US has significant forces deployed in around 55 countries and autonomous territories.
Look at that.
It is also estimated that more than 150 countries have a certain degree of US military presence. Alliances.
Yeah.
The United States can rely on a vast network
Portugal.
of
Yeah, the Portuguese flag.
alliances. It is the de facto leader of NATO, the world's strongest military alliance. 18 other countries are designated as major non-NATO allies. This list includes countries like Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea,
Really?
Philippines,
Australia?
Thailand, Pakistan,
No,
Afghanistan,
Australia and America have good relationship.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
But
Egypt,
why
Israel.
it doesn't make an alliance?
No, the NATO alliance is something that is very old, but Australian, because Australia and China, they don't like each other that much, from what I understand. So America, I think even in terms of culture, they are quite more close to America than they are, you know. America, land of the free, and also amazing food and amazing people. My friends, look, real talk, I'm coming to America this year. I cannot wait. This is taking so long, but guess what? You can follow me here. Andrea, why is that important? I may post updates about my trip to the US, and also there is a lot of videos that get blocked on YouTube. They may go here. Twitch, maybe not, okay. But I may stream there one day, who knows. But Facebook, Instagram, X, follow me in all of those links below on the description. See you there, my friend, and let's continue with this.
Argentina and Brazil.
But this video is a bit old because, for example, Brazil right now, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but they are very friends with China. So I'm not sure if...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not even sure if America considers Brazil as allied, you know.
Yeah.
Taiwan's status is a bit more complicated and it can be considered a de facto ally. Some countries are not formal allies but have a strong strategic partnership with the US.
Okay.
One notable example is India, that participates in regular military drills together with US forces and some of its allies.
And India, some people don't know, but they slowly, but they are becoming one of the most powerful countries in terms of military also.
The population are grow.
No, the population is huge, but they have been investing a lot, from what I understand.
Okay.
Of course, they don't compete with America or even China, but they are getting there, you know.
Okay.
Economy. Modern warfare is sustained in the long term by two main factors: the capacity to produce military equipment and the capacity to spend money on defence. American defence companies are the indisputable top producers of weaponry. Among the world's top 10 defence suppliers, 5 of them are American companies. Lockheed Martin is the biggest. It reported a revenue of almost $60 billion in 2019. That's close to Russia's entire annual military spending. The strength of the US military is also due to its huge military budget. In 2019, spending on the US military was a whopping $732 billion.
So they are winning in other very ways.
They are winning in different ways.
Yeah, in different ways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, but are you talking about what? Economy and stuff like that?
Economy, everything. No. The country are depend in many ways.
I mean, America is the country, basically, in the sense that they are the man. Of course, we can debate if maybe, from what I understand, they have a lot of debt, you know, but it's a great country. And at the end of the day, if this goes really bad, it makes sense to bet in America, no doubt.
That's almost 3 times more than China, the world's second largest military spender, and is roughly 1/3 of the entire world's defence budget. While Russia
Look at this. This is the entire world, America, you know, look, it's crazy. It's what, 39% or 40%? Wow.
Commonly regarded as the second most powerful army in the world, its budget consists...
Again, this video is 4 years old. If this video was made today, I think instead of Russia, they would say China. It's important to put this because back in the day, yes, Russia was the second. Right now, I think it's kind of unanimous opinion that China is the second.
...of only $65 billion. Arguably, there is an aspect of purchasing power. For example, it's cheaper to pay a Russian or Chinese soldier, but the cost of high-quality military equipment is still the same around the world. The reason that the US can afford such an enormous military budget is that it's supported by a strong economy. America has been the world's largest economy since 1871. Its nominal GDP is currently $21.44 trillion. This is almost a quarter of the global economy, and it's backed with plenty of natural resources, advanced infrastructure and technology. Besides
this goes into what you are saying. They are winning in multiple fronts. You know, that's why they also can afford to spend so much.
the ability to sustain an enormous defence budget, the US often uses its economic strength as a weapon by enforcing economic sanctions. Soft factors. Soft power is another factor that comes into play when assessing a country's might. The US is world-beating in culture, education, and technology. American pop culture has an enormous influence, and this won't change anytime soon. America also hosts most of the world's top-ranking universities with a record number of international students. The US leads the world of technology and digitalization as home to the world's most influential tech companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. It's easy to...
Think about this. We are recording with a camera that is made in America.
Yeah.
The phones are made in America. The computer probably, maybe is made in China, but is American brand, if you know what I mean.
Our subscribers.
Our subscribers are from America. YouTube is an American,
Yeah.
it's everywhere, you know what I mean?
The world.
think
are
that
America.
this doesn't seem...
No, that's a bit too far.
Always.
But America really has a huge influence in the world, no doubt.
important in warfare.
It's kind of like the empire. You know, if you really think the Roman Empire, we have an American empire right now. Because, for example, I think China is a really strong country. But America is a superpower type of country, you know. It's a really superpower.
China is very good in
Technology. They are good at technology, but they are basically... A lot of countries use China to produce stuff there.
Okay.
But when it comes to developing technology, it happens in Europe, it happens in America. Then it's kind of like they are kind of like a big factory. That said, China is changing a lot, so we have to be careful saying this. But yeah.
But imagine an enemy soldier that would have to attack the country where his cousin studies, the country of his favourite music band, the country of his favourite actors from the movie that he watches on an American media platform like YouTube, or an American smartphone with American software. Finally, there is another critical aspect. It is called the will to fight. And this is the single most important factor in war. The will to fight is the disposition to engage in combat, the determination to keep fighting even when facing precarious odds, and finally to win. At an individual level, a soldier with a low will to fight will avoid engagement with the enemy and is likely to flee when things get tough. A battle is won when the enemy's will to fight is broken. Wars don't end when one military destroys the other. Wars end when one side grows weary of fighting, doesn't see any further purpose in the continuation of the conflict, and gives up. The national will to fight is what keeps a nation fighting. This is commonly linked to a sense of patriotism, national identity, and motivation generated by the idea that one fights for what is right. In the past, this has been a strong point of the US, as Americans have been fighting against dictators and terrorists that lacked concern for human life and dignity. In contrast, the USA has been...
And another thing is that Americans have guns. This may seem a small thing, but if things go really bad, imagine if other countries try to invade America, if they are crazy enough, the citizens will be ready.
Yes.
They will put a fight, you know, so this is another difference.
And they can fight.
And they can fight. I mean, I believe there is more guns than people in America.
Really?
No, I believe that that's actually a fact.
Okay.
regarded as a country that embodies values of freedom, democracy, and rule of law. It was the country that defined such values. Even more, it was the country that was willing to fight for these values. The American soldier has been motivated by a sense of moral supremacy rooted in the country's Christian tradition. However, America doesn't seem to be so cohesive in its values anymore. There are many factors intertwined that provoke this. It's a complex topic that deserves a study on its own. But the outcome is that America is now a country that is greatly divided among ideological lines and systems of belief. Many of its citizens are not sure what to believe in anymore, or even what they stand for.
Now, this is a feeling that I also have been getting. There is, there is a huge split between them. I think Americans are the only ones that can defeat America. if this makes sense, because
Okay.
they are a great country. But sometimes in terms of ideology, not of course not trying to go political, but some people is on the left, some people is on the right, but they kind of like really sometimes my friend, sorry if I'm saying something stupid, but sometimes I feel they really cannot see each other. When in reality they are more close than
Then they think.
than they think probably.
Okay.
But this, I actually kind of agree with this. But again, we don't know, right?
There have been many lessons in history. Small nations became great empires by holding high moral standards along with a disciplined and motivated army. A great empire's fall was usually preceded by internal strife and moral crisis. The final story of the United States of America as a global power is not yet written. The nation's strength rests upon its citizens and their decisions. It's a matter of this great nation getting back its cohesion and moral compass. That is, if it wants to keep its status as the world's greatest superpower and defense.
Okay, Sarah, thank you so much for watching this with me. It was a great video, right?
Yeah,
First-
really important things.
Yeah, no,
to
and
know about. Yeah.
and it was a nice message at the end. First reaction to military stuff.
Yes.
But there is a lot we can do. I mean, I really want to show you some jets in America. My friend, can you imagine a reaction to the A-10 Warthog? It will be crazy. Sarah, say goodbye to my friends.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, my friends. See you guys in the next one.